So one thing I wanted to point out about this quilt, if you'll notice on vintage quilts, if you looked at any of them very closely, you'll see that the quilters weren't worried about piecing fabric together to make patches. And you can see in this block here, like this part here is patched. That's sewn together, and right here. And that's not, those are just small sections. If you look at this block, there's a big piece here that's been patched. This one is patched here. In this one, it's the same print, but they're different colorways, and they even patched that one together to make a piece big enough to make the diamond in this star. And here's another seam here, and in this diamond there's a seam right here. So out of this whole piece, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these diamonds are pieced together. So out of 8 diamonds, 6 of them are pieced. I just think that's really interesting. They weren't worried about having big enough pieces of fabric to do what they want. They just pieced together what they had. And another thing I wanted to show was some of the stains on this quilt. Here's some brown stains here, and over here there's a few more. These are scattered throughout this quilt in different areas. This one actually looks like something probably was spilled on it. The option I had was to wash this top before I quilted it, and when I got started I really didn't think the staining was that bad, but the further I get into this quilt, the more I see, and it probably would have been better if I had washed this before, used a quilt soak to wash this top, let it soak in the quilt wash, and then rinse it and let it dry. But I'm too far along to do that now, so this will go through a quilt soak after it's all quilted and bound, and it'll freshen it up and it'll look bright and beautiful again. And then I wanted to show you this block here. This is another one with a lot of seams in it. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every single one of the diamonds in this block has been pieced. And you also see in patches, like here, you can see where this had been stitched before somewhere. Meaning this was probably a piece of fabric that had been used for something before, maybe a curtain or a sheet. Even though this feels like 100% cotton, I don't think it's a blend of any kind. But this could have been a curtain hanging in somebody's home. I think that's interesting. And then over here you see these light yellow fabrics, and over here on this end we have some bright yellow. These are completely different fabric. The quilter ran out of this light yellow, and so she substituted with another yellow. It's just brighter. And I have several quilts like this in my vintage collection. One was made by my grandmother who had done this. She had the backing with the quilt top, and you could tell it was orange, and it was a friendship quilt, and you could see the brighter orange on the backing was also used in some of the blocks in the quilt top itself. But I just thought this was interesting and just thought I'd point it out.